Hello, nice to see you, everyone. Hello, nice to see you, everyone. Hello, I'm Nicolette Nordin Heavey, storyteller, today for you. And you can't really see me, and it's a little frustrating for me to be here when I can't see you. But I imagine you are sitting on a nice chair or perhaps a couch with some snacks laid out in front of you, all ready to listen to my stories. Am I right? But as a storyteller, I need to know that you're here with me and you're going to help me tell the stories. So we're going to start off today with a little bit of play, a little bit of action. I want you to stand up. I know you're comfortable, but I want you to stand up. Okay, stand up and stretch your hands above your head and put them on your head. Put down that juice box. Come on, hands on your head. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. You know this song. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes, eyes. Let's stop here. I need to know that you're looking at me and that your eyes are working. So show me your eyes when you are surprised. Nice and big. Surprised eyes. Now show me your eyes when you're squinting, like the sun is in your eyes. Now, this is a little trickier. Show me your eyes when you are suspicious, like, what is this lady going to do? What stories is she going to tell me? You're a little, suspicious. Perfect. Eyes and ears. Oh boy, those ears are really going to work today. I know you've got your listening ears on. Give them a little massage. Oh, I love massaging my ears. And eyes and ears and mouth. Oh, the mouth. It can tell us so much without ever saying a word. Try this with me. Show me how your mouth looks when you are proud. You've done something, or maybe you've gotten a championship. You are proud. Show me how your face looks when you are joyful, happy, right? Now, show me how your mouth looks when you're excited. You've just won something, right? There's like small, medium, and large. You're happy all the time, but small, you're proud. Medium, you're joyful. And large, high volume, you are excited. Yes, that's how we work our faces in storytelling. Now, where was I? And eyes and ears and mouth and tail. Tail? Did you think I was going to say nose? No. When I said tail, tell me, what kind of tail did you imagine you had? Was it short and floofy, like a, or was it long and skinny and hairless, like a, or was it very bushy and furry, perhaps red, with a white tip? Like a, thank you for filling in the blanks for me. That takes us to our stories today. All three of my stories are about animals, and each animal has a different kind of tail. And one of my stories is, in fact, a story, a tale, about a tail. So I was imagining a thick, rope-like tail, sleek and furry, dark, belonging to Queen Onsa, the black jaguar of the Amazon rainforest, where we are right now. Now, you've heard of the Amazon River. Mythical and mysterious, it dwarfs all other rivers on the globe as it runs through the northern part of South America, through Brazil. And it is surrounded by a dense, tropical, green, lush, humid rainforest that teems with all sorts of insects and birds and animals. Queen Onsa, the jaguar, lounged on her limb, on her branch. Now, Queen Onsa was a black jaguar. They exist in the rainforest in Brazil, and they have an advantage. The sun hardly ever gets through the thick canopy of the rainforest, and being dark, she can blend right into the shadows that engulf the ground. Queen Onsa lounged on her branch. Afternoon nap time, swatting lazily at those insects buzzing around her, slightly annoyed by the cacophony of screeching birds above. One eye open, watching for the trail of capybara. Perhaps he would be hunted tonight. What was that? Something hit her on the head and then went down to crab. Yes, a little crab had crawled out of the shallows of the Amazon River and had found maybe a single ray of sunshine to warm itself, but then, once dry and warm, had become a little bored, sitting there all by himself. And you know that feeling. And so he played his favorite game that he made up. He called it Eyeball Destination Imagination. Crabs have eyeballs that come out from their head. And this crab, he had figured out how to take a claw and pop off one of his eyeballs and then toss it up to regions of the Amazon rainforest he could not see from his little place on the edge of the river. Why, he could go up and see a couple of lovebirds together. And that is why on the way down it had landed on Queen Onsa's head. And she regarded this crab, and once again he plucked it off and threw it into the shallows of the Amazon River. That is very interesting. Something I've never seen before. How can that be done? Such a lowly creature can do something quite amazing. And she stretched and jumped onto the ground and then padded over to Crab. I say, Crab, what is this thing you're doing with your eyeball? It's just a little game I play, Queen Onsa. It's really nothing. I should be going back. Stay there. Show me. Well, I just, with my claw, and then, and I always clack them together, and my eyeball comes right back on my stalk. Show me how I can do that. Oh, I'd rather not, Queen Onsa. You are so powerful and you can do anything, but if you look at me and look at you, your eyeballs are very inside your head. I mean, they're beautiful, velvety brown eyeballs, but they're inside your head and not easily removed. No matter, I can do anything. And so, with a little bit more cajoling and forcing, Queen Unsa, the jaguar, forced the crab to show her. And with one of her long claws, she took it and popped it out of her head. And of course, she was queen. She was not going to be outdone by this little crab, and she her eyeballs soared up at jet-like speed, bing, 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 popping off of all the tall trees and even hitting the bottom of a very large nest on the top of the canopy, and then back down again, bing, 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 bing. The macaws and the toucans squawk, squawk, screeched away, and then back into the jaguar's paw. That was very good, Queen Unsa. Okay, I'll be off. Not so fast, Crab. I saw that you threw it into the Amazon River. Now, while I am a great swimmer, it would be interesting to see what lurks underneath that dark water. Well, Queen Unsa, I always make sure that my eyeball does not go that far and does not stray for too long a while. You know, there's venomous snakes and poison dark frogs and, you know, fish in there with very sharp teeth, and never mind the most dangerous serpent, the anaconda. I think I should be going, watch this. And she took her eyeball and she wound up like a baseball pitcher and pitched it out. Splush! Right into the depths of the Amazon River. Oh, little Crabby, she always liked her eye to go close to the shore, and she enjoyed seeing the round silver Oscar fishes, with their bright splashes of red, and maybe a little farther out to see the peacock bass with their black stripes and shiny yellow bodies, but never to the depths, never to the depths. Oh no, and then Jaguar, still not to be outdone, she hooked out her second eye and wound up and the second one into the middle of the Amazon River. And, well, two eyeballs together, you know, when you have to go out and play in the backyard by yourself, it's okay. But when you hit the recess playground with your best friend who you haven't seen for a while, that is even better. And Queen Unsa's two brown eyeballs, like best friends, they played at the top and then they bubbled down. Crab, what do you do again to make the eyeballs come back? I clack my claws together. I'm sure they'll come back. Eyeballs. Eyeballs. Crab, why are my eyeballs not coming back? I'm not sure. Crab, I'm going to get you. I'm going to eat you. You're going to find my eyeballs. But Crab just dove back into the Amazon River. And that is when King Vulture swooped down. His nest had been disturbed up on the canopy, and he saw Queen Unsa in distress. It wasn't often the vulture could have a conversation with a jaguar, and whatever could be the matter? Queen, oh, my eyeballs are in the Amazon River. Go, who are you, vulture? Go get them. I command you as your queen. I command you to fetch my eyeballs. I don't think so. I know the vampire fish and the schools of piranha that are out there. I'm sorry, Queen Unsa, but your eyeballs are probably long gone. But I have an idea. And he swooped to a very tall, dark-barked tree, the jatoba tree, the Brazilian cherry tree. Sap runs out of it. Its sap is clear. And with his claws, the king vulture collected that sap enough to come back, and he put it into Queen Unsa's, the black jaguar's, eyes. And then he splashed water from the river into her eyes. And Queen Unsa opened her eyes. Oh, she could see again. Oh, I must say, I give you my thanks. Oh, look at me. And the vulture did look at her. Her eyes were now as clear as glass. Yes, ever since then, Jaguar has had eyes that are not dark, but they have glowed like crystal. And ever since then, Jaguar has been sure to leave some of her dinner for King Vulture. And ever since then, storytellers have always described the resin of the jatoba tree, often used to line bowls, as shining like Unsa's eyes. The end. My next story also comes from South America, from a country called Panama. A very excellent storyteller called Margaret Reed MacDonald traveled down to Panama and collected this story and wrote it down in an anthology of stories for storytellers to tell. It also became a children's book called Conejito. Conejito is a Spanish word. It means little rabbit. Conejito loved school vacation time, not only because he didn't have to go to school, but because on school vacations, he visited his auntie, his tia Monica, and she lived up on the top of a mountain. Today was the day. Conejito put on his backpack, waved goodbye to Mama, and set off all by himself. He was big enough now. Up the mountain. He was so excited, he had a special song he sang. I have a dear old auntie, my tia Monica. Can I start that again?
Yeah.
Can I start it from the beginning again?
Yeah.
Okay. This story comes from Panama. It is a country in South America. A very excellent storyteller, Margaret Reed MacDonald, she traveled to Panama and heard this story and brought it back and put it in an anthology of stories for storytellers. It was such a great story. It also became a children's book, Conejito. Conejito is a Spanish word. It means little rabbit. Conejito loved school vacation time, not only because he didn't have to sit in the classroom anymore, but because on vacations he went to visit his auntie, Tia Monica, who lived on the top of a mountain. And this year he was big enough to hop up the mountain all by himself. He put on his backpack, waved goodbye to Mama, I'm off, adios, and started up the mountain, hopping. He was so excited, he sang the little song he always sang when he went to visit. I have a dear old auntie, my tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, they all say, ooh la la, ooh la la. Okay, now I know you've been sitting on your couches for quite a while listening to my first story, so this is your bit. You can hop along with me, and you can say, ooh la la. I have a dear old auntie, my tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, they all say, ooh la la, ooh la la. Well, little Conejito had not gone very far when he came to Señor Fox, who was hiding behind a bush. And Señor Fox came out, and he looked at that plump little rabbit, Conejito, and said, Conejito, Conejito, I think I have met my lunch. Oh, no. Look at me, Señor Fox. I am so skinny. I am so skinny. But when I come back from Tia Monica's house, oh, she spoils me so much. I will have candy and cakes and lots of carrots. I will be muy gordo, much fatter, a much better meal for you. Señor Fox thought, fine, I will eat you when you return. Phew, said Conejito, and he kept hopping up the mountain. I have a dear old auntie, my tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, they all say, ooh la la, ooh la la. Did you do it with me? Well, little Conejito was just halfway up the mountain when out from a bush comes Señor Tigre with his sharp claws. Conejito, Conejito, I think I have met my lunch. Oh, no. Señor Tiger, I will not make a very good lunch of me. Look at me, I am so skinny. Flaquito. But when I come back from Tia Monica's house, she will have given me plenty to eat, and I will be much rounder. Oh, I will be as round as a butterball. Fine. I will eat you when you return. Phew! And little Conejito kept jumping up the mountain. Are you ready to hop and sing with me? I have a dear old auntie, my tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, they all say, ooh la la, ooh la la. Well, oh, little Conejito, he was almost at the top of the mountain, went out from behind an even bigger bush came Señor Lion.
Oh, conejito, conejito, I think I have met my lunch.
Oh, no, Señor Lion. Look at me. I am a little conejito. I am so skinny, flaquito, flaquito, flaquito. But after eating all the food at Tia Monica's house, I will be muy grande. I will be round. I will be round as a butterball. Fine. I will eat you when you return. And now Conejito thought he better go a little faster. I have a dear old auntie, my tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, they all say, ooh la la, ooh la la. Could you keep up with me? Well, with that, Conejito got to the top of the mountain, and his tia Monica, his auntie, picked him up and did what lots of aunties do. And then she spoiled Conejito rotten. She did whatever he wanted to do. They played ball, they played hide and seek, they made puzzles, and of course, at every meal, there was lots and lots to eat. Oh, the things that little bunnies like to eat, carrots and lettuce, but also cakes and cookies, and every night, a bag of candy. Aye! And so, of course, little Conejito got rounder and rounder and rounder until, yes, he was round as a butterball. And it was time to go back down the mountain. Oh, Tia Monica, I am sad to be leaving you, but I am scared because on the mountain there is a lion and a tiger and a fox, and they want to eat me up. Oh, we cannot have that, my little Conejito. No. And fortunately, Tia Monica was as good a thinker as she was a dancer. Look at this. I have a round barrel, like a trash barrel, but made out of wood. I will put you in there, put the lid on, and roll you down the mountain. But listen, Conejito, if you get stopped, I shall also make a fire in my backyard. It will be very smoky, and you must tell those nasty animals that the mountain is on fire and they should go away. Comprende? Sí, Tia Monica. And so little Conejito was put in the barrel, and are you ready? You're going to have to do the rolling of the barrel with me. Tia Monica pushed him. Can you make your arms do this? The barrel started rolling, slowly at first, and then faster. Rodando, 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 rodando. Boom! It bumped into something. Señor Leon.
Huh? Baralito, have you seen Conejito?
Well, Conejito was hiding inside the barrel, but Conejito said, No, señor. But mira, look at the smoke. The mountain is on fire, and you will be too. If you don't run away, you'll be barbecue.
No, I don't think
So, and off ran Señor Lion. And now the barrel kept on rolling. This is your turn. Slowly at first. Rodando, 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 boom! Bumped into Señor Tiger. Hey! Baralito, have you seen Conejito? No, Señor Tigre, no Conejito. But look, el fuego, the fire, the mountain is on fire. and zoop, the tiger ran off. And the barrel kept on rolling. Rodando, 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 boom! Right into Senor Fox. Huh? Baralito, Baralito. Have you seen Conejito? No, Senor, no, Conejito. But mira, el fuego on the top of the mountain. The whole mountain is on fire. And you will be too. If you don't run away, you'll be barbecue. Me, Fox, barbecue? Never. And shoom, Fox ran off. But the barrel kept on rolling. Rodando, 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 boom! Smack into Mama. Huh? Baralito, Baralito, huh? Have you seen Conejito? It's about time for him to come home. Oh, Mama, Mama, it is me, Conejito. I am inside the barrel. Can you help me out? And Mama opened up the barrel and, pulled out Conejito and said, "Ay, Conejito, Tia Monica treated you well again. Look at you. You are as round as a butterball." And to celebrate, both Mama and Conejito hopped around the house singing the song. I have a dear old auntie, my Tia Monica, and when she goes out dancing, they all say, ooh la la, ooh la la. The end. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is, Wolf. Oh, come on, Fox. You know it isn't. Yes, it is. But of course, they both knew it wasn't. They were talking about their tails. Yes, you may know Fox to have that wonderful bushy red tail with a nice white tip, sometimes even with a little paintbrush of black at the end. And yet, now in this conversation, she was arguing with Wolf. Wolf's tail? Ah, but my story takes place a long, long, long time ago, when animals could talk. And when Wolf had the most amazing tail. Why, it started off smooth and sleek and dark gray, but as it filled out and got bushier and bushier, well, like feathers, it also became lighter and lighter, so that as it swept the ground, the ends were quite silver. And more magnificent than that, the ends were streaked with royal purple. Wolf, indeed, had the most gorgeous tail. And Fox couldn't stand it. It's just no fair. He's already twice as big as me, more powerful, 3 times heavier, and can run faster. And the tail, at least I should have the best tail. But back then, Fox and Wolf, they were friends. But Fox was always a little jealous I don't know if you have friends like that, always looking to prove themselves, as if they're somehow not worthy. That was Fox. And while they would, work together to share their food and give each other comfort, a fox was always thinking about the tail. I need to have the very best tail. Well, it was a very harsh winter. The cold had been longer, the snow had been deeper than anyone could remember. And Fox and Wolf were curled up in a den together, sharing their warmth and complaining about their empty stomachs and wishing that they could go out there and hunt and could find the rabbit holes again. Well, Fox, she was one to roam farther than the forest to find her food, much as she does today. She would venture nearer the humans, not Wolf. Wolf was a little bit more cautious, and he liked to stay away from them people down there. One night, Fox was out, and she thought this would be a good time to find out what was happening on the farms down there. Perhaps there was something she could get, and she was sort of disguised because of the snow that was blustering around her. The wind was blowing and creating a sort of a curtain between her and the house or the humans, whoever might be out there. Well, she got lucky. At the house of the hen woman, she saw a basket full of eggs in front of the hen house. And no hen woman in sight, no lights on in the hen woman's home. Oh, perhaps she had been so cold and flustered by the blowing wind, she had quite forgotten the basket of eggs. Fox crept forward and quite easily got up to the basket, snatched it up, and padded off. A dozen eggs! Oh, this is perfect. Well, for Wolf and I, but I better taste some. And 2, 3, 4, 8. That's perfect for sharing. And she brought it back to the den. 1, 2, 3, 4 for you, Wolf, and 4 for me. Well, Wolf was grateful to Fox, but you know how sometimes when you have a little bit to eat when you're really hungry, your stomach seems to gnaw at you even more. Oh, Fox, I do appreciate this, but I'm so hungry. I think I must go out and hunt tomorrow night. Well, Fox, looking around, hunting at the hen's house, she had noticed that above the basket of eggs there hung a cleaver, a very large knife. Oh, probably the hen woman used it to the hens' necks when a roast was needed. And ever planning, ever worrying about Wolf's tail, Fox. Well, Wolf, I have to tell you, the hen woman's house, I don't know what is wrong with her, but I am sure she's just leaving baskets of eggs right out there in front of the hen house. Why, it will be so easy for you to pad down there and bring up the basket of eggs, and we'll have another basket of eggs the next day. I mean, a dozen eggs, that's great. A dozen, Fox? I only saw 4. 8. I mean 8 eggs. 8 eggs in the basket. Yes, Wolf. And Wolf's belly was rumbling and calling to him. So the next evening, he too stalked off and went down to the humans. He found the hen woman's house, and he didn't notice the light on in the house. He didn't even notice that the door to the hen house was open just a teeny tiny bit. He was fixated on the basket of eggs. And as he went to pounce, to grab the eggs, swish, 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 hen woman had been in the hen house. Oh, she had noticed right enough that her eggs had been stolen from her, and she was out to get the culprit. As soon as she heard the rustling, she was ready, and Wolf grabbed that basket, and she came out with her broom swinging. Bam, bam, wham, whack, wallop! Wolf dropped the basket and ran back to the den empty-handed. Wolf, you said you were going to get the eggs tonight. What? Oh, Fox, that hen woman, she's smarter than you had realized. I think she was lying in wait for me, and why, she walloped half the life out of me. With a broom? She had a broom? Yes, a terrible, terrible broom. Well, you know, Fox had been thinking that perhaps hen woman would have reached for the cleaver, and as Fox was running away, she would have at least sliced a little bit of the tail off. Now that Fox had started his mind working on how he could be so cunning and sly and trick Wolf out of his tail, his mind kept on working. And another opportunity presented itself. Fox had been sneaking around the farms and had noticed one that had quite a good-sized well, with the water underneath. But remember, I told you how freezing cold this winter had been. Of course, the water was completely iced down below. Well, Fox had scampered up and looked down into the well, and oh my, oh yes, perfect, came back and told Wolf about the great big round yellow cheeses that this farmer was storing on top of the iced water in his well. Oh, why, Wolf, if we go down there, you're much stronger than me, and perhaps you can even reach over and grab one. I'm sure we can get it out. Come on, let's go and check it out right now. But it's barely nighttime. Don't you think we should wait until the depths of the night? And no, I scoped this out. It's going to be perfect. Come on, come with me. Once again, Wolf was cajoled, and he stalked behind Fox. They came up to the farm and crouched down low. And Wolf, it was such a clear night. The moon was full. He just had a bad feeling about this, but Fox seemed so sure of herself. And they peered over into the well and saw a great big yellow circle at the bottom. Why, it seemed to glow. Oh, said Wolf. I think you might be right, Fox. For a moment, I thought you might be leading me astray, as you did with that hen woman. Oh, no. Can you reach it, Wolf? But no, it was too far down for Wolf to reach. Well, I tell you what, I think I saw a bucket by the house there, and if you jump down, and I think you had better protect our cheese, because who knows who else is roaming out here in the night. You go down there, and with your beautiful tail, you cover up that cheese, okay, Wolf? And I'm going to come back with a bucket, and I'll bring the bucket down, and I'll pull up the cheese. Wait a minute, you're going to leave me down at the end of the well. No. Well, I'll pull up the cheese and make sure I pull you up, but just, you've got to protect our cheese. And Wolf bounced into the well. And oh, very frigid cold on that ice, and he spread his tail out, covering what he thought to be the round, yellow cheese. Have you figured it out? Full moon in the sky, clear night, icy water. Alas, Wolf was doing nothing but spreading his beautiful tail out over the moon's reflection at the bottom of the well. And yes, Fox did leave him out in that well all night long. Wolf felt himself unable to move after a while. It was so cold down there. His tail had stuck to the ice. And in the morning, the farmer came out. He had the bucket to try and smash through the ice and get some drops of water. And what a surprise! Farmer, wolf, wolf, farmer, farmer, wolf, wolf, farmer. And the wolf pulled himself up and managed to leap over the stone of the well. But unfortunately, he left a good part of his tail behind. And while you may never have noticed that a wolf's tail is really not proportionate to its body, it hangs just to its haunches, you probably have noticed how fine a tail Fox has. And that is how Fox tricked Wolf from his tail. Thank you so much for being such great listeners. I hope you loved the stories. I hope you remember them. I hope you can tell them to other people. Stories are for sharing. And I'm available to tell you more stories. So there's information coming next. And go out there, enjoy your summer, enjoy telling stories. Thank you from storyteller Nicolette.